Hi, my name's Ingemar Hunnings, lead consultant at Hunnings Consultancy. This is a brief video for people who are Italian qualified lawyers wanting to cross-qualify as solicitors of England and Wales. So they are avvocatos, but they've had to deregister from the appropriate body there in Italy because they're working in-house. And I've been asked several times, what do they do? Does that cause a problem with meeting the requirements of the SRA for being granted an exemption from the SQE2 exam? So if we go to the SRA website, you can see that they say what they require for an SQE2 exemption is you can apply individually for an SQE2 exemption. So just to point out that there is no agreed exemption, it's an individual application, which shouldn't be a problem. To do this, you will need to provide evidence of your professional qualification. It doesn't have to be a certificate of good standing, but it could be. It could be, however, an admission certificate. You also need to provide evidence of your traineeship if you started your law studies before the 31st of December 2012. And you need a reference letter showing you have at least 6 months legal work experience post-qualification as an Italian avvocato if you started your law studies after the 31st of December 2012. So, and if you provide a reference, we need proof of your referee's professional qualification. So if they're a lawyer, admission certificate of good standing, but they don't have to be a lawyer, could be an accountant or something else. If they are an accountant or something else, then if they have professional qualifications, then they would need to provide evidence of that as part of what you send through with your application. If they don't, then just as you would do with regard to someone who's not a lawyer, like an accountant, you will need to include in the letter of reference explanation as to why they are suitable to directly supervise your legal work. Okay. Now, the normal requirement is that the SRA should be able to contact, and you list your professional body that they can contact and double check with regard to your qualification. The trouble for Italian lawyers, and this is other people in other jurisdictions, initially for reasons I think are to do with tax or pension, but I'm not exactly sure, but something along those lines, people deregister from the avvocato regulatory body when they go to work as in-house legal. So they're still doing legal work. They still have qualified, but this is perceived as it might cause a problem with the application for the exempt from the SQE2. So we wrote to the SRA to ask about this. And this is a letter that I got back, which they're saying, thanks for your email, qualified lawyers working in-house will not have to re-register to be able to make an application for exemption. Okay. And my letter down here was asking specifically about the SQE2 exam. Okay. So they've gone on to say the evidence required remains the same as for other qualified lawyers. Okay. So good news for Italian avocatos and other people who find themselves in this situation because of the particular circumstances in their jurisdiction. You don't have to re-register. You can just go ahead and make the application while still staying in employment as an in-house lawyer. And then we're on to all the normal things that you normally have to do to meet the requirements to apply for an exemption from the SQE2 exam, which I won't go through here, but I have covered in other videos. So, but just to mention whilst I'm on here, that this is our website. We do provide assistance for people wanting to apply for an exemption from the SQE2. We also help as acting as external confirming solicitors for people who are not qualified and therefore are not exempt from the requirement to have their minimum 2 years qualifying work experience confirmed by an SRA regulated solicitor, where people perhaps are working as in-house legal, but they're not qualified. They may need that. And we have helped many people, over 100 at the time of recording this, by confirming their qualifying work experience to the SRA. So there you can see that help there. We also help with ID verification if that's required at the end, because you don't have a solicitor to do that. You can just reach out and we have a service for that. SQE2 exemptions It's not just for foreign lawyers, but those are most of the people concerned there. So there's a whole page with regard to advice and assistance on there where we go through what's required. There is guidance on what needs to go into the letter of reference there. And you can download the SRA application form applying for exemption from the SQE2 in there. Okay. We can help you further with regard to providing a simple template for the letter and reviewing your draft that you might draft for your supervisor. But then we're going to charge you because it's getting to a stage where we need to recoup something for all the free advice we give out. So there's the link. You can see that on there. I hope that's of help to you. And yeah, if you would want some help, then feel free to reach out. You can see the website and you can see that if we will scroll down, there is a form you can fill in with your information and then we can get back in touch with you. Thank you. I hope that's of help and wish you all the best.